Nestled near York Minster, the Treasurer's House is one of the city's most historically rich and architecturally fascinating landmarks. Managed by the National Trust, this stately home boasts an intriguing past, filled with centuries of stories, secrets, and, according to many, ghostly encounters. Its long history of unusual occurrences has made it a focal point for those seeking to experience the supernatural. Perhaps the most famous tale is that of the Roman soldiers, but the house holds many more stories of spectral residents who seem reluctant to leave. Arguably, the most famous ghost story associated with the treasurer's house is the sighting of Roman soldiers in the cellar. In 1953, a young apprentice plumber named Harry Martindale was working in the building's basement when he had an encounter that would change his life. While he was working, he heard the distant sound of a horn. Suddenly, a column of Roman soldiers emerged from a wall, marching in formation through the basement. Martindale described the soldiers as worn and weary, wearing green tunics and carrying long round shields. Interestingly, they appeared to be walking on their knees, which later made sense when it was discovered that the current floor was built over an ancient Roman road. The soldiers, likely remnants of York's Roman past, appeared to be marching along the road's original level. This chilling sighting was corroborated by the discovery of the Roman road beneath the house, lending credibility to Martindale's account. To this day, visitors to the treasurer's house often report hearing strange sounds in the basement, including faint footsteps and the clinking of metal. Another well-known spirit at the treasurer's house is the Grey Lady, often seen gliding silently through the upper hallways. Described as wearing a long grey gown, she moves with a serene yet sorrowful air. Those who have seen her claim that she never interacts with the living, but her presence is deeply unsettling. The Grey Lady is believed to be the spirit of a former resident or servant who once lived in the house. Her story is unknown, but the aura of melancholy that surrounds her has led to many speculation that she may have experienced a tragic end. The hallway where she is most often seen is said to be one of the coldest spots in the house, even during the height of summer. The Blue Room of the Treasurer's house is known for its lavish decor and its stunning views, but it's also the site of a frequent poltergeist activity. Visitors and staff alike have reported objects moving on their own, doors opening and closing without explanation, and sudden cold drafts that seem to come from nowhere. One particularly eerie event involved a tour guide who, while leading a group, felt a sudden forceful shove on her back, causing her to stumble. When she turned around, expecting to see a prankster, she found no one near enough to have pushed her. The group, equally shaken, confirmed they had seen no one else touch her. Theories abound about the identity of the poltergeist, with some believing it to be the spirit of a mischievous former resident who enjoys causing trouble for the living. Others think it could be tied to an event or person from the house's long history, manifesting as bursts of unexplained energy. The treasurer's house garden, a peaceful and beautifully maintained space, is not immune to ghostly tales. Several visitors have reported seeing a solitary man dressed in the early 20th century attire wandering among the flower beds. He appears to be deep in thought, often pausing as though reflecting on something of great importance. Those who have tried to approach him report that he vanishes before they can get close, leaving only the faint scent of flowers in the air. Some believe this figure to be a former owner or caretaker who had a deep connection to the garden and continues to tend to it in the afterlife. Staff at the treasurer's house often speak of the phantom footsteps that echo through the attic. These sounds are most often heard in the quiet hours when the house is closed to the public. The footsteps are described as deliberate and measured, as if someone is pacing back and forth. Despite multiple investigations, no one has ever been found in the attic during these occurrences. Some believe the footsteps belong to a former servant or resident who still roams the house, perhaps fulfilling duties long forgotten by the living. The treasurer's house is not only a treasure trove of historical significance, but also a hotspot for supernatural activity. Its ghosts, from Roman soldiers to mysterious phantoms, weave a rich tapestry of York's layered past. Each story and sighting adds to the mystique of this grand home, making it a must visit for history enthusiasts and ghost hunters alike. Visitors who walk through its grand rooms and tranquil gardens may be captivated by the beauty of the place, but they should be prepared for the possibility of encountering something or someone from another time. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the stories of the treasurer's house are sure to leave a lasting impression.